A Cranky Christmas. It was Christmas, and Thomas was busy being really useful. But the rails were icy, and his wheels slipped and slid. Whoa! Bust my buffers! He cried. A workman filled Thomas's sandbox with sand. It's to help you grip the rails, Edward told him. The Fat Controller asked Thomas to collect a Christmas crate from the docks and take it to the town hall. It's a special surprise, he explained. At the docks, Cranky was unloading the crate when he dropped it and it landed with a crash and a rattle. Oh no! It's broken! Said Cranky, and he hid the crate and told Thomas he hadn't seen it. Thomas chuffed off to tell the Fat Controller, but he went so fast that his wheels slipped and slid on the icy tracks. Whoa! He cried, but then he remembered his sandbox and he emptied sand onto the rails so his wheels could grip. The Fat Controller and the Mayor were waiting for him. Cranky doesn't know where the Christmas crate is, Thomas told them. But don't worry, I'll find it. I'll search the docks from top to bottom. Edward watched as Thomas steamed off again. Thomas, you need to refill your sandbox, he called, but Thomas didn't hear him. At the docks, Thomas looked everywhere for the Christmas crate. When Salty spotted it at last, Thomas set off with it. But there was trouble. Near the station, Thomas hit an icy patch and slid out of control, and his sandbox was empty. I can't stop, he cried. Help! Edward raced to the rescue. He emptied his sandbox on the line just in time. Brake, Thomas, brake! He cried. Thomas braked and screeched to a stop. But, crash! The crate fell onto the platform. No! Cried Thomas. I've broken the Christmas surprise. But the Fat Controller wasn't angry. Don't worry, Thomas, he said, showing him what was inside. Ice skates and boards to build an ice rink, and nothing was broken. When the ice rink was ready, Thomas and Edward watched everyone skating, even the Fat Controller. Ice looks fun after all, said Thomas, but now it's the Fat Controller who needs some sand to stop slipping and sliding. That night, Thomas told Salty how glad he was that the ice rink hadn't been broken. That's what I was worried about when I dropped it, said Cranky. It's why I hid it. You dropped it? Said Thomas, eyes wide. And hid it? Cranky nodded. I'm sorry, he said. Very sorry. But can we just forget about it? After all, it is Christmas. Salty smiled. Oi, Cranky's right, he said. Let's have a sing-song. I'll start. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Cranky New Year.